Why are you talking so loudly? You're basically screaming. Stop howling. Yes. Is this okay? I'm Lulu Wayne, the daughter of Thomas Wayne Jr. Can you tell him to breathe quieter? Yes! Shush! I have a hatred for sounds. Selective sound sensitivity syndrome. I was diagnosed with what I like to call quiet ADHD when I was 4. Misophonia is just a part of it. Shh. I know I'm breaking the stereotype. A lot of people know that ADHD people are usually... What is that sound? Stop! Can I start again? So, people with ADHD are usually known for being very talkative and quite hyper, don't really have patience, but I'm kind of the opposite. I mean, I don't have patience, but I'm not very loud. Can I just ask, why do you keep standing there? It's creepy and disturbing. Anywho, when I was younger, father would barely be around, so it would be me and Alfred. But Alfred never really paid any attention to me, except when he had to feed me or lock me up in the attic room when father had guests. I do all of that now, but it was really, really quiet. It was fantastic. I mean, it is fantastic. I still go up there. I have a bed, heating, all my doors, big windows, big books. There is this one massive clock that I haven't figured out how to make it stop. Like, everything is great except for this ticking clock. It ticks the entire time. I can't make it stop. Do you have any water? Shut up! Everyone, please accept my apologies. I tend to... What did you ask? Oh, quiet. Very quiet. Even though he himself is a very loud person. He is a very loud man, I can tell. By just looking at him, you can sense it. Also, I've seen him come home quite a couple of times wearing this massive bird suit, and he like stomps about without realizing that I don't like sounds, but I think he thinks I'm sleeping, so but I don't really see a lot of people, just him and Alfred doesn't talk. Not to me anyway. We used to hang out every day. Until I turned 10, and then he started going out more, getting busier. He used to take me to these wild parks all the time, and we would go bird watching, and then we would always go to this little cafe that I could never pronounce the name of, and have the biggest breakfasts and lunches. We would travel quite a lot. He would let me watch him and Alfred doing some engineering work, and I'd learn a bit of it as well. We don't do that anymore. I actually learned how to make an automatic curtain alarm, which is basically that the curtains open at the alarm you put it at, so you wake up with no noise but with light. But now I just see father at dinner or right before I go to bed. He always makes sure to say goodnight. Bird watching, no. It's too loud now, and no one would take me outside. I see them in the garden all the time, though. I don't travel, you can guess why, but I'm learning more about mechanics, and I'm trying to create little mechanical things. Oh yeah, I hate them. It's like they're drilling my head. But I have these headphones Father got me, which are noise cancelling. And while I do that, I listen to Claire de Lune or other classical songs, depending on the instruments they use that are similar to Claire de Lune, because my mum used to play it for me when I was younger all the time. So I guess it agrees with my brainwaves. I am currently working on making that huge clock quieter, because I don't want to break it or anything. It was my grandfather's my great grandfather's or something. It's stuck to the wall. I've been trying to pull it apart and it's just not happening. I did ask Alfred, and he told me I'm asking a ridiculous question, and that if I should ever ask that again, especially if my father heard it, he'd get very, very, very angry, and I would never want to make my dad very, very, very angry, you know? I don't like being like this, if I'm being honest. A kid in my class called me dysfunctional. I don't think I'm dysfunctional. I can't concentrate on one thing at a time. I have to be doing like 4 things at once, and probably even more, but I forget about it. That's multitasking. But at school I do have to wear earplugs, and I can still hear the sounds, and the sounds make me feel like I'm suffocating. Every morning when I leave for school, I just can't wait to get back. There is so much happening around me, and I can't even appreciate it how everyone else does. I don't have that advantage. It's not fair. It's really... Actually, it's a great idea. I'll make a device to make time around me stop. But well, I mean, slow down. Not stop. Slow down. But just around me. I would get the time I deserve. I get to disconnect whenever I want. When everything is slowed down, it makes the frequencies of the world deeper and quieter. Do you know how much of a phenomenon it is to see things slow down? You usually just see it before you die, but I don't want to die. I mean, you'd probably never know that, because when I'm gonna make it and have it, you won't realize at all. It's so much better than stopping time. Yes, it is. Stopping time makes everything quiet all of a sudden. Like everything just, you know, and it makes it seem extremely lonely to the person who stops time. Very lonely. I want to explore the world while it's still in slight motion. Because the moment you unstop time, then everything goes back to being loud. Cars zooming past, people chatting incredibly loud, repetitive music everywhere, and the clock's ticking. Constantly everywhere, ticking. All they do is tick, and they need to stop. Nothing else is just ticking. You're breathing loudly again. Why are you shuffling? What is that sound? Can you please make it stop? Please make it stop.